Live will start shortly.
It says it is notifying people I am live. Just noticed
Okay, gotcha.
I see Dee joined. Hello, Gino. Hello, hello. I see people starting to pop on. Hello, Lily. This, for everyone watching, this is a subscription only live. My normal everyone lives are consistently Tuesday mornings, and I do go live throughout the week at other times. Good morning, guided by my intuition. So, but for everyone watching, I do want to tell you real quick, go check out my new website. I'm so excited. It just dropped and it is beautiful. I'm so happy with it. So if y'all can, go check out my new website. Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. The link's in the bio. It's beautiful. My social media person did such a good job. I so appreciate her. Good morning, Ruth Ann. So good to see everyone here. Thank y'all for sharing my live. Thank you, thank you. I see people sharing it and liking it. I so appreciate you. I'm inching closer. Y'all know for many months now. Thanks, Jen. It's been my goal to get to 40,000 followers on TikTok, which I know, I mean, there's people a lot more. So to me, 40,000 didn't seem unrealistic, but I'm inching closer. So the more y'all sharing like my live, the closer I get. I so appreciate you. This morning, as y'all know, is a subscription only live, but you can watch it for a little while if you're not a subscriber. My normal lives, just general public ones, are Tuesday mornings at 10 consistently, and then I try to go live some other time throughout the week. All right. So let me see. Are y'all ready to do some mediumship work? Y'all ready to do this? Let's start with, I'm going to start with spirit-led. Now, I will tell y'all, because I'm starting with spirit-led, there is a great chance that the spirit's not going to be claimed because people who are not subscribers can view it. So it might be for them. So if it's not claimed real quick, I'll just deliver the message and then we'll pick someone specifically to read. All right. All right. So kicking us off this morning is a young man. He showed me he's 11 or 12. He liked to play ball. He is specifically wearing a red cap with his ball, I was about to say ball outfit, ball uniform. He is showing me that they discovered that he was ill because he had gotten an injury that just wasn't healing. Like the injury was much more. He shows me, oh, thank y'all. This is Maurice's. They were having... Okay, I just have to tell y'all, someone just said cute shirt. Maurice's was having a sale, and so I got this shirt. It was like dirt cheap, like $7. They're having a clearance sale if anyone's interested. Or they were. So, and this little boy is showing me that he was, they discovered he was ill because the injury was not healing. He was buried, and he is showing me there is a picture of him on his headstone, and it is still decorated. His family still decorates his headstone. They also do fundraisers. Specifically, I'm seeing people walking in his honor. So does this fit everyone? If it doesn't, if it doesn't fit you, I'm just going to deliver the message real quick. There's a great possibility it will not be claimed just because this is a subscription only live and other people can watch it, but other people cannot comment. So I wouldn't know. Good morning, Charlene. So since this little boy, this is the message from this little boy. Since he has passed, he is showing me there has been a baby born that was named after him. And it's kind of, this baby is currently, I want to say a toddler, around 3 or so. So he's acknowledging that this baby, that he lives on through this baby. I'm not saying that he was reincarnated as this baby. It's just he has a lot of energy around this baby, and he's with this baby a lot. And it's an acknowledgement he sees that happening. Also, this baby, anytime there's any pictures taken around and there's orbs, that is him. I'm hearing that there is a Chris name around him. I'm not sure if it was this little boy's name or if it's a family name, but it's like Christopherson, something like that. So there is this Chris name around him. Thank y'all for the skates. Also, there is an acknowledgement to the fundraisers that still go on in his honor and how much he appreciates that he has not been forgotten. All right, thank you, thank you. And feel free, anyone that claimed this and this fits, y'all can also email me, which will sometimes happen if I give a message like this on a subscription only live and people don't subscribe. I will get an email later from someone who was just watching saying, yeah, that little boy you read, or whoever it was, belonged to me. I had a feeling no one was going to be able to claim him just because he let me know that when he stepped up. That's the reason I kept warning y'all that I doubt anyone's going to be able to claim him. I think that he belonged to someone watching that did not subscribe, which is fine. All right, who we got, Misty?
We got a Jen, her dad.
Did she give me her dad's name? I don't need it. I was just curious.
No, she didn't give it.
Okay. This is for Jen then, her dad. No, I don't need the name. It's just, if I can call the spirit by name, I will. Okay, I need Jen's dad. Okay, Steve. Okay, Steve is, okay. Y'all know how it works, Miss Jen? Please say yes or no. As I'm describing your spirit, let me know if it fits him. It's called evidential mediumship. Just because I asked for Jen's dad, Steve, doesn't mean he's the one who stepped up. So I need to make sure I have the right one. He is showing me, this guy, you know, I just need to make little ditties. And when I say that, like, you know how people will take just normal everyday occurrences and, like what he's showing me is one of the few good memories I have of my dad, because he left when I was very young and I never saw him again, is him shaking a ketchup bottle. But as he was shaking this ketchup bottle, I remember him shaking it and he was just doing this little ditty and singing a song as he's shaking this ketchup bottle. That's what he's showing me. He's also showing me that he loved to read the paper. I'm sorry, my social media person just messaged me. I just had my website went live and she's saying that something went wrong with it. So let me see what she is saying real quick. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you that in the services section I also, oh, okay. She just changed something and is letting me know after the fact, which I don't care. I trust her. Okay, Jen. He's also showing me, okay, Jen is saying no, that this does not sound like her dad. Hang tight, Jen. I'm going to move this gentleman to the side. I'm going to bring up the gentleman that was behind him. As y'all know, this happens, I wouldn't say frequently, but it does happen. That's the reason it's called evidential mediumship. Sometimes, like this first gentleman might not be someone I would normally have read. And then so the person behind them will let them step up. So I'm hearing, whenever I moved him out of the way, the gentleman standing behind him, oh, completely different energy. Very calm. I wanted to say quiet, and he stopped me because I think when I say people are quiet, that kind of gives a different impression of him. It wasn't that he was quiet. He just wasn't going to yak his mouth if it did not mean anything. He's also showing me that your dad, Jen, had an illness. And, you know, the illness itself wasn't something that bothered him, but it was the fact that it took his essence away. This illness took his essence away, and he hated his family seeing him in that manner. He's also showing me, Jen, that he was a man of strong integrity. He was very much a man that if he said he was going to do something, he was going to do it. If he said he was going to be somewhere, he was going to be somewhere. All right, Miss Jen, does that fit the description of your dad? It must, because she just sent me crying faces. Okay, so hang tight, Jen. I'm going to circle back to your dad. Let me bring this person forward. This is frequently how it happens whenever you're doing a big live event, and that's the reason we always do evidence, because this first gentleman is probably not someone I would have chosen, not someone I was pulling forward. This also said something about Jen's dad's personality. He was very compassionate and very loving because he stepped back. Oh, he's saying, oh my goodness, Jen, your dad's funny. He's saying, don't give me all the credit. We know how you work over here. Because they know that I knew I would know what was going on. If this wasn't Jen's dad, it was probably behind this gentleman, and he was not going to miss his opportunity to talk to his baby girl. That's what your dad is saying, Jen. Okay, so let's see if we can get this man claimed real quick. The first gentleman, let me see if I can go tap back into his energy. Okay. This first gentleman is showing me he was actually tall. He was tall. Not extremely tall, about 6 foot. He's showing me being lanky. He had dark hair. During his prime, there are pictures around of him with a mustache. Back in the day where a lot of men wore mustaches, he did have one. Towards the end of his life, he was clean shaven. He is showing me loving to read the newspaper. He is also showing me that he would make little ditties up about anything. And he dropped in one of the only good memories I have of my dad, because he, like I said, left when I was young, and I didn't see him after that. He was shaking a ketchup bottle, and as he's shaking the ketchup bottle, trying to get it down, he's dropping something else in. He was showing this little ditty about it. This man is also showing me liking Coca-Cola. Actual Coca-Cola. He is showing me a glass bottle and the red label of Coke, not Diet Coke, not Coke Zero. This is Coca-Cola. He smoked and passed from cancer. The two were not directly related, but he is telling me they were related, which means it wasn't lung cancer he died of, but his smoking led to his overall demise, because it's not good for you. There is a Frank name around him, and again, this is a subscription-only live, and there are lots of people that can see it but can't comment. So I'm going to deliver a message from this gentleman. That's a lot of information. There is a Frank name around him, and no, I don't believe like it's his. I'm hearing Frank or Franklin. I don't feel like it's his. It's someone around him. Also, this man was, he did not practice an organized religion per se, but he was faithful, and his family was Protestant, he is saying. That's very important to say. I don't know why. He is telling me this. I feel like the person that is watching this that can take this gentleman is a female, but the message is for a male. And so the female would know this male, and he is telling me this male is going through a lot. They've currently had car problems. They just had a lot of financial catastrophes fall on them. And this person is kind of overwhelmed right now with his inability to pay his bills and get ahead financially. This gentleman is saying, Chenna, remember where you come from. He's making reference to their last name. It's a family name that has been in this country since the beginning of when the Europeans started coming over here. And it's a very strong name. And he said, we're scrappers, meaning that you can't get them down. They may knock them down, but you're not going to stay down. And it's his encouragement. Oh, guided by my intuition is saying this might be for her husband. Very good. Okay, guided by my intuition, I'm going to ask you to go live real quick. Let's see what we got here. Jen, hang tight. I have not forgotten you. Hello, Miss Guided by My Intuition. It's Devin, right?
Yes. Hi, Christy.
Who are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so now you said this may be for your husband, and that was very clear that the person that could claim this spirit was a female, but the message was for the male in their life. Now, you said the name Frank doesn't mean anything to you, which is fine, but does the rest of it mean something to you? Can you place this gentleman?
Well, it's really hard because a lot of his loved ones that have passed was before I met him. But everything you're talking about, like with what he's going through and what we're going through, just fits perfectly.
Okay, perfect. So this happens, this is for everyone watching, this happens a lot, especially, if you come to me for the one-on-one reading, this will also happen, is that someone will step up. And then I ask you, if you're not sure, if I say, you know what, this feels like it's for your husband or whatever, I ask my client, okay, do you want to hear the message? I think Devin wants to hear the message, so we're going to continue on with this. Yes. Has your husband been getting cranky and kind of lashing out, Devin, because of the stress?
And
Okay.
it's a lot to do with work as well, and it's been really hard within our marriage.
Yes. And again, the spirit, just for everyone watching, confirmed that he does belong to her because the rest of the message he gave me was very fitting.
Wow.
He is saying that, you know, I'm going to break it down. The first thing he said is that no job is worth your health.
Right.
So that tells me that the stress your husband is experiencing at his job is going to start affecting his health soon. Also, he's showing me a consolidating bills. So y'all must have a little bit, and I remember this early on in our marriage, and it will like be the end of you financially because I know that we struggled when this happened. Like you just have little bills here, 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 and they start chinking away at you, like $50 here, $30 there. It starts adding up after a while.
Yes.
So, and I remember that early on in our marriage, that being an issue for us. And so what he's showing me is consolidating that so that you have one bill.
And that's actually what we were trying to do. We were going to get a loan and pay off everything and just have one loan and one bill. We just haven't quite got there yet.
Okay. And do you currently have 2 vehicles?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how your family is structured, and I know it's a lot what I'm telling you, but he is showing me y'all going down to 1 vehicle for, I'm not hearing for a long time, like 6 to 8 months, and then getting back on your feet and getting out. And once the bills are paid off, then getting something better.
Okay.
Also, what does your husband do?
He is a general manager for a bakery.
Okay. I'm feeling that he needs to start looking for another job.
Yeah, he's felt that for a long time, but the job he talks about is like working at Lowe's, which is a huge break in our money. And he just wants a very peaceful job and no stress, and he's tired of managing others.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm sorry for anyone listening, and I'm sorry. The idea of having a job that is stress-free is non-existent.
Right.
I love my job. There's a lot of stress that goes along with it. My husband, who, has been doing the same job, I was just kind of counseling him through some things at his work. I mean, he has had this job for a long time. He's, older than me, and I'm 54. And he's experienced an extreme. So there are times where you have to ask yourself, what is spirit telling me with all this stress? Like all of a sudden, this job that my husband's had forever has all of a sudden started creating all this stress in his life. I was like, and his instant reaction is, I should just quit. No, you shouldn't just quit. We need to ask spirit what we're saying. What is spirit showing us? So now your husband needs to ask, what is spirit showing me? What is spirit telling me to do because of all this stress in my life? And what I'm seeing is that, okay, I'm not sure what's available in your area where you live. What spirit is showing me is a local, it's like not Wonder Bread, but kind of the same thing. Like it's a company that manufactures bread.
That's what he works at right now.
And they manufacture on a massive scale.
Yes, they're a bakery. It's called Flowers Baking Company, and they make bread. They make Wonder Bread. They make.
Okay, very good, very good. Mm-hmm. Is there another one in your area? Because I'm not seeing him leaving this. I'm not seeing him leaving that industry. I'm seeing him moving to a different company.
Okay. Well, he works for a different company, but he works at the bakery. Like he works for a company and then they contract him out from that bakery.
That is the problem right there.
Okay.
What you just said is the problem. He needs to, what I'm hearing is he needs to work for the man himself and not contract.
So leave the company he's at and move to the company he's working for.
Right, but he needs to be careful and strategic with his move. What I'm hearing is because he works as a contractor, he has no power. Right. He has no ability to affect change. And so what he needs to be strategic in his move and work for that actual company so that he has the ability to affect change.
And it's funny because he mentioned this to me that his boss is actually thinking of moving and working for the actual company. Like they're planning this whole thing, so it's eventually going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Okay. Very good.
Awesome.
So
And
everyone,
he's very skeptic of this. And so it's kind of like I've been recording, just kind of showing him like this message for him. But I don't know how well he's going to believe it without actual proof.
you know what, I will do a couple of things. Again, as everyone knows, I'm kind of in the influx in between social media people. I did find someone to do my website. So anyone watching, please check that out. It just launched at 10 o'clock this morning and it is beautiful. I love it. So please check it out. Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. But so what my social media person used to do, and it was on me that I need to go back and do this to the last few lives, is I can download them to my computer and then I can upload them to my YouTube channel, where on my YouTube channel, there is a playlist called TikTok Lives. So that will not be done today because I am crazy busy back to back today, but hopefully in the next couple of days I can get that out there. So be checking the TikTok lives on the playlist or labeled by the day that they happened.
Okay. And do you know if Spirit like has anything that maybe only he would know? Because he says that there.
I know, and I understand that question, but I have to get back to my live because I'm sorry, I've been reading you for a long time now, and
Okay, that's fine. Thank
Jim
you.
is waiting.
Thank you so
He's
much.
saying something about a flat tire. Real quick, before someone around you has had a flat tire or has had tire trouble. If it hasn't happened in the last couple of days, it will happen in the next couple of days.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Oh, and then Devin, you need to message me and let me know when the tire issue happens.
Okay, I will. All right, thanks. Bye.
Okay. Miss Jen, thank you for hanging out. I'm so sorry. I did not mean for that to take that long. But I do appreciate your dad letting Devin's husband's person step up. All right, Miss Jen, here we go. So the gentleman that, let's see, how many followers does Jen have? Not quite enough to go live. Okay, Miss Jen, thank you. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to leave you on hold for so long. Okay. I'm pulling your dad back up. Your dad's being so sweet because I was apologizing to him also. I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for that to take so, I should be able to go live. You have to have 1,000 people to go live unless there is, oh, wait a minute. Jen, you're freaking brilliant. I had no idea.
Hi.
Hi, Jen.
How are you?
I had no idea. Did TikTok change that?
I think so because I heard yesterday you only needed a couple hundred now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had no idea. And I was about to correct you and Spirit said, no, invite her. I was like, okay, let me invite her. That is freaking brilliant. Okay. Now that I'm over my excitement of that. So many good things happening today. My website launched. I'm able to invite people to go live with me that have less followers. All right, Jen. Okay, so now part of your dad's personality, and I could tell because he let Devin's person come forward ahead of him, is your dad was very compassionate and loving towards other people. He is also showing me that, and I mentioned this in the first round of identification, I was about to call him quiet, and he stopped me because he wasn't necessarily quiet, but he also wasn't going to jibber jabber over things that were nonsensical, is what he is saying.
Yes.
Now, I was about to say that your dad was a very loving and kind person, and he's not disagreeing with that, but he is showing me that he had a strong dislike for stupid people, is what he is saying.
Oh my God, he sure did. He couldn't handle it, especially like the news and things like that. Sorry, I gave up too much information.
No, that you just confirmed what he was showing me, that he couldn't handle stupid people. And he is showing me, and I can see him actually talking out loud where this man would rarely get flustered or angry. And it's not that he's getting angry, but I just see him saying, can you believe they said that? Who thinks that way? No. He just could not understand. And he had politics was his thing. Like politics, you could get this man going on politics.
Oh, yes. And we had different views, and it would, yeah. I wish he was here so much. I miss him so much. Because it'll be interesting with the presidents coming up about the winning. And
how do you know? how do you think I knew that he really was like hot and heavy into politics? Because he just dropped in. He used my crown chakra, my clear knowing, claircognizant is what it's called. And he just dropped in like a book and he showed me all this mess happening with our politics. And I could feel myself getting like antsy over it, which I don't really care. I mean, I care about politics, but it's not enough to get me hot and bothered.
I agree, me neither. But he did.
Right, right. You know what? He's dropping in something. So I'm going to tell you what he's dropping in. It was something I said to my family last night, but we were just having a discussion, and y'all know Trump has won, I don't know, in Iowa or something. He won something. And then someone in my family said, well, do you think he's going to run independent or a Republican nomination? And then I said, well, if he runs independent, then the Democrats will win because he will split the Republican vote.
Yes.
So I don't know why. Have you had that discussion with someone recently?
No, but that's just common sense. I think I've talked to someone about it, maybe my husband, months ago while he was alive still. That's
Okay,
a little
very
freaky.
good. Okay, very good, because I knew he was showing me that you had definitely talked about someone. So here we go. This is how spirit works. Though I have your dad, I knew that he was referencing someone who was a lie or who you had talked to. Yeah. And I was about to say, who did you have that discussion with? Because your dad is mentioning it and you're saying it's your husband, but your husband's in spirit, correct?
No, husband's alive.
Okay, good. Your husband is alive. Okay, good. Okay, so now your husband, okay, so.
Actually, fiance, let me fix that up. Sorry.
You know what? You can call him a husband because your relationship functions like a marriage.
Okay, so I didn't know if that messes you up because you.
It does not.
Okay.
What messed me up was the message your dad was giving me for your fiance or for your husband, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to deliver it and what I was going to say about it. Because I know everyone's going to be like you and your husband are being like, heck no. But I'm just going to tell you what he is telling me. That your husband really needs to get more involved in the political scene. That doesn't mean he needs to run for president. He is showing me more on a local basis. Your husband really needs to get more involved in the political scene. I told your dad that your husband was not interested in doing that.
His whole family did it his whole life.
Okay.
He doesn't want to follow that footstep. He used to do it way before I knew him, but then he stopped. And he doesn't want to get back involved because
I just for everyone watching, I freaking love spirit.
Yes.
Now, isn't that funny? How not really funny that I knew what you were going to say, and I thought this was going to be so off kilter, but it's not too much off kilter because you're saying your husband's family used to be involved in politics, and your husband used to. Okay,
Hardcore.
So your community. This country right now needs people like your husband who know how to navigate that scene to step up. Because what your dad is telling me that the problem with people, like I told my husband the other day, oh my goodness, honey, can you just get involved in politics? Because this is ridiculous. But people like my husband do not know how to navigate politics. I mean, we have never been involved in it. We don't know how to navigate it. Your husband knows how to navigate it. And he has a strong sense of right and wrong and integrity.
Mm-hmm.
So please tell him that your community and this country need people like him to step up. We are floundering. All of our politicians are currently running on a very much self-interest platform.
Yes.
And we need people like him who are going to work from a place of integrity.
Yes.
So please tell him, like, I don't know if you heard me telling, I'm sure you did because you were listening. I'm going to try to have this live uploaded in the next 3 days to my YouTube channel. So you could show this to him.
And I'm recording you if that's.
Okay.
I meant to tell you that from the beginning, but I got so excited.
No, I'm so used to it.
I got a memory of like second split.
I appreciate people warning me they're recording me, but I get recorded a lot. Okay. Now for you, your dad is very much talking about just how happy he is for you. And he's showing me it's been a slow recovery, but in the last, if you want to look at your life, and he's showing me 8 years, you're like a completely different person than you were 8 years ago in a good way.
I'm coming up to 11 years clean.
Ah, very good. Very good. You know what? It's funny because he dropped in 10 and then he changed it to 8. So that makes sense because after being clean for a while is when you started working on your heart. So that tells me you were clean for about 2 to 3 years before you started really working on. I mean, I know you were going through the motions and you were working on yourself, but it was really about 8 years ago that you
And
started.
now, excuse me, and now I'll have my bachelor's, and it took probably about good 8 years, maybe around there, 6, 7 years or so. So
Ah, so that's also what he's referencing. Congratulations. And I
thank
want
you.
everyone listening to take a page from Jen's playbook. It took her 8 years to get her bachelor's degree. Did she stop? No, she did not. I also want everyone to know it took me about the same amount of time to get my bachelor's degree because I didn't start my bachelor's degree until I had children and was working full time. So it took me a while.
Yes.
And then it took me another 3 years to get my master's degree. But there is nothing more fulfilling than setting your eye on a goal that takes you so long to accomplish it and then getting it.
Can I ask you a question to ask him?
Of course.
I'm having major surgery, and he was against it when he was alive. I kind of want his blessing.
Okay. Dad, let's talk about this surgery.
I'm having gastric bypass.
I was going to say, what he is saying is that things have changed since he was so against it.
Okay.
He is still worried, but he is saying that things have changed. So has your weight started affecting your health more than it had in the past? I'm sorry.
It has. I'm now pre-diabetic, but I've lost 40 pounds on my own during this whole journey, and my gastric bypass is until next month.
Very good. Congratulations on losing
Thank
the
you.
weight. And that must be what he's referencing because he's saying things have changed. And I was like, what has changed? And he said, and he was showing me your health. So now your weight is starting to affect your health. So now it's time to get it done.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jen.
Thank you, Christy. Christy, I just love you to death, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye. All right. That was kind of fun. That was a lot of back to back, boom, 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 boom. I mean, like, that's what you call machine gunning. You just press go on me and I'm like the Energizer Bunny. Or is what my friends call me, the spirit machine. All right. A couple of things. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Kimball K. I want everyone to, I just want to give everyone a heads up on this coming up Sunday. I have a free event that, thank y'all. And it is about intro to mediumship. So the event on Sunday is free and is just about, I will break down a couple of readings and really demystify mediumship. And then you can really see if you think the intro to mediumship class that starts in February is right for you. So that's a free event on Sunday. And you just go to my website and register, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. Also the link's in my bio to my website. Also, my new website just launched while I was live. My social media person messaged me and said it is live and I have it up. It's beautiful. Please go check it out. I do have Dee about to do a deep dive on it because, you know, when you look at something 1,000 times, you start reading and seeing what should be there instead of what is actually there. So please let me know if you see any typos or anything like that. We'll get them fixed. We went over it 100, like I said, hundreds, thousands of times. But after a while, you just start seeing what should be there. So thank you. Thank you. All right. We're trying to get a sign for her. Okay, humble home. My mom's death day is tomorrow, and I'm teaching so far to try to get. I'm not sure what that means. I'm teaching. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, but let's see if we can get a message for humble home. Her mom's death day is tomorrow. So I'm not sure of reaching. Okay, I'm not sure of how many people you have to go live. I was going to try to invite Humble Home. She has 212 followers, so it has to be more than that apparently because it won't let me invite her. I'm so excited that you have to have less followers now. Yay! Okay. Miss Humble Home, I asked 400. Okay, thank you, Devin. Thank you. Humble Home, your mom is showing me, first of all, evidential mediumship. I was like, okay, where is she? I want to make sure I'm getting the right person here. Your mom is showing me that she passed some jewelry down, but it's not worth a lot of money. It just has sentimental value. She's also showing me that every day or every year on her anniversary date of her passing, you do something to honor her, but it's not the same thing every year. Sometimes she shows me you actually going and getting a cup of coffee from like a Starbucks or something. So you're buying a cup of coffee, and I see you grabbing your coffee and you're walking out the door. You must live somewhere cold, because she sees me that, you kind of put your jacket around you. I wouldn't necessarily cold, but the wind's blowing. And you're like, this is to you, Mom. This is our cup of coffee together. So you do little things like that to honor her on her passing day. She's also showing me what a beautiful blessing you were to her in her last days, that you offered a lot of support to her. And I'm not saying taking care of her, because a lot of times me and my siblings have lunch together every year, and so coffee was our thing. Thank you for confirming that. So this is part of what evidence said. I was telling her, her mom was showing me that she does something different every year for her birthday, and that I see her getting a cup of coffee and saying, here's to you, Mom. She confirmed that her and her siblings have lunch together every year and do something fun, and that coffee was their thing. So that's why she was showing me her daughter grabbing up a cup of coffee, and she was letting me know that they did something special. Your mom is being funny, so that tells me she had a great personality. She was not a stick in the mud, because she kept showing me at our local, there's a local Mexican restaurant that me and my family will go to every once in a while. And it's just always fun, always, it's just where we're going last minute, and it's relaxed. And she was showing me that. And she's showing me and my daughter usually have margaritas, but she was telling me, Humble Home, now this is just your mom, you don't have to take her advice, but she's saying, instead of a margarita, have a shot of tequila for her, because you'll need it. Not really. Well, really, your mom said that, but the earth side of me is saying you don't really have to have a shot of tequila. It was just your mom's suggestion. She's also saying having the good stuff, none of the Jose Cuervo or whatever that is. Your mom's funny. She's also showing me, Humble Home, that she very much appreciates the fact that you have not tried to step into her shoes, but you've done an excellent job of leading the family, stepping into that role of leading the family without trying to replace her. You honor her all the time, and she is so thankful for that. There is not a time that comes up that you miss an opportunity to talk about her. Anytime someone talks about a mom, anytime someone talks about a holiday, you will say, oh, my mom used to, my mom this. And so it is a reference. For one thing, she's around. Don't let spirit step up and say, hey, tell them I'm around. They have to prove it. So it's a way of proving that she's around. And also it's a way of thanking you, just your beautiful heart and how sweet you are to her, and her memory. She very much appreciates it. She is showing me, okay, Humble Home, that one hit. I'm the oldest, and it's what I've been doing, holding the family strong, and you're doing a really good job. Okay, so now what she is saying is, have you thought of doing some kind of grief counseling, like not doing the grief, but going and participating in some kind of grief counseling, or counseling of some part? She is showing me that would be, she's putting her stamp of approval on it. So I don't know if it's something that you have thought about and been like, I don't know if that would help. Yes, very good. It's her way of saying yes to do that. Thank you for confirming. I so appreciate you letting me read your mom, Humble Home. I want to thank your mom for stepping up. She did a great job. Something else I want to mention to people that, if you're interested, but her mom dropped it in, but I didn't feel like it was directly related to Humble Home. It was kind of a group message. I do offer a mentorship program, and during the mentorship program, you can really use it for what you want, except for readings. Like if information comes through when we're meeting, I will deliver it. But when you meet with me twice a month, it isn't just to bring up your past relatives. You can use it for anything else on my website, like soul plans, Akashic records, healing, hypnotherapy. You can use the twice a month meetings for that, just not full on readings. And so what the mentorship program is, we set goals ahead of time. And so everything that we do is related to your specific goals. And we meet twice a month. And then on the off weeks, I give you something to do related to your goals. And then also you get a texting app where you can text me directly. I don't like my mentors people mixed in with my email because you can get lost in my email box. Just ask someone who it's taken me a while, Dee, to get back to them. Which Dee has my phone number. I don't know why she doesn't just message me. I think because she thinks she's taking advantage of my time, which I do appreciate, but sometimes she'll get lost in my email box. She'll be like, I emailed you. I was like, I'm sorry. I do have my business manager, though, who's been helping me out, so I haven't been missing as many of them. But anyway, if that's something you're interested in, you can register for a free meeting with me to talk about mentorship, or you can just message me and I'll give you the details that way. All right, let's do some psychic questions real quick. Let's do some psychic. So y'all put your psychic questions in the chat and we'll see what we got going on. Ashley wants to know, is this the year I find love? All right, y'all want to help me out? That's the way we've been doing these, is I let the people help me out. So y'all put your answers in the chat. Is this the year Ashley finds love? What are you getting, Dee?
Later in the year.
Yes, I'm getting that also. I'm getting later in the year. And so sometimes, Ashley, we can change. I'm saying that the timeline can't be changed a lot. So sometimes for one thing, when you're asking a psychic question, you have to continue rowing the boat or you're not going to get to the answer, what the energy is reading. And sometimes we can change the energy or the timeline. I'm asking if the timeline can be changed. I'm hearing a little bit. I was like, what is going to change the timeline of you loving yourself, Miss Ashley? Fall in love with yourself first, and you will change the timeline of when you meet someone who is going to be your true love. All right. Next question is, Devin, will I complete the build of my home by summer 2024? What are we feeling on that, people? Is Devin going to complete the build of her home by the summer of 2024? What are you getting, Dee?
More toward fall.
That's what I was getting also. Yes. I'm getting towards the fall. So you might have said, so you have to look at it. You might have been thinking by summer, you were thinking maybe May or June, like the beginning of summer. And I'm getting more closer to September before it's complete. There's a hiccup. I'm seeing actually someone hiccuping like. Okay. Kimball K wants to know, will my business do well this year? Okay, Kimball K wants to know, will her business do well this year? Jen is saying yes. I think that's the one she's answering. What do you think, Dee? Is her business going to do well this year?
With a little pressure on work, yes.
Okay. I'm going to say okay, so now when you say, will it do well? Someone on here said yes. Dee said with a little pressure and work. I was also getting that. It needs a lot of work. Like Dee's being sweet. Now the truth is coming out because I said it needs a lot of work, and Dee's like, yeah. Like she was like, this is sweet, Dee. She's like, with a little pressure, a little work. No, it needs a lot. And I'm saying that because when you come to me, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. You come for psychic information, and I'm hearing that you need some kind of mentorship with that business. You need someone to guide you and help you to figure out what is wrong with it and where you need to tweak it and kick it off. So find a mentor. Okay. Let's see. Jen wants to know, okay, should I go for my master's degree? Should I go for my master's degree? Oh, Kimball K, she said it's Reiki and basically past life regressions. I'm still hearing that you need a mentor. Like you're very, very good at what you do. But sometimes that's not enough. There needs to be a lot of background. There needs to be a lot of work done on the structure of the business and marketing. So I hear, Kimberly K, that you are very, very good at what you do. You just need some business mentorship. Okay, Jen, some people are saying yes for Jen. Thank you, Devin, for putting that on there so I didn't get lost. That you should go for your master's degree. I am also feeling that. Now, that is one thing. When you're learning psychic mediumship, this is something we talk about a lot. Just ask Dee. She hears me preach about it a lot. You have to get your ego out of the way. I was a college instructor for almost 20 years. So anytime someone asks me if they should get education, my ego wants to say yes. So I always take a step back, put my ego to the side and say, okay, is a master's degree best in Jen's highest and best good? And I heard a definite yes. All right, let's see. Nikki wants to know, will things get better financially in 2024 for you? Okay, I'm going to put that in there. Will things get better financially for Nikki in 2024? Because as a whole, as a country, my answer would be no. But for Nikki individually, is she going to be better off financially this year? Just sometimes says yes. Someone says it's going to be a lot of work. What are you feeling, Dee?
A lot of work, but yes.
Agreed. A lot of work, but yes, it's going to be better. But it's good. Some years we have, and I feel like 2023 was one of those years where I worked really hard, but I felt like I was spinning my wheels some, probably because, cancer and all. All right. I want to thank everyone for joining me today for the subscription only live. I so appreciate you. I'm not sure if I will probably be live again sometime before next Tuesday, but I will be live next Tuesday at 10 a.m. for a general live for sure. And then again next Thursday at 10 a.m. for a subscription only live. Thank you. I hope everyone has a great day.